Joe Mantegna from Criminal Minds, Agent Rossi there. Joe, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm terrific. Thanks very much.
I'm excited to have you on the radio here in Montana because your name's like the Italian version of Montana.
There you go. Exactly right.
I like it. You have been doing, you've been acting for, it's like every generation knows you for a different project. I mean, you've done so much over so many different generations, like starting back, not even at the beginning. I know you've done back before then, but like I'm a theater guy myself. So like I'm super jealous that not only did you win a Tony, which is incredible for Glengarry Glen Ross, but that you get to work with Mamet. Like, you know, growing up and reading and stuff, David Mamet's like a legend to me, and you're one of his like muses.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to have had that relationship with David over all these years, and we've done a lot of plays and movies together, and he actually was one of the two guys that gave my speech when I got my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame some years ago. And it's it's the luck of the draw. I mean, it'd be like that guy who was able to do Shakespeare stuff back in the day. It's like when Bill Shakespeare said, "Hey Jimmy, I'd like you to do my plays." I kind of feel like that guy. So
and then you turn out to be
been great.
Yeah, that's just incredible. And then of course, obviously, you've done so much since then. Currently, what we're talking about is Criminal Minds, back tonight on CBS. 9 o'clock here in Billings tonight. Tonight's episode is we're dealing with a little bit of tension, right? We got the big boss lady kind of trying to mess things up.
Oh yeah, we're always dealing with tension. That's the nature of our show, but it's all good, and we'll be showing now. Starting tonight, we'll have our last 7 episodes of the season all in a row, so the fans should be able to see it interrupted now right through the end of the season, and our last show of the season will be episode number 299.
Wow!
So that's a great way to end the season, and we look forward to doing episode 300 and beyond next season.
That is why. I mean, you kind of brought it up with the Mamet stuff, where you just kind of take a project and then you don't know till later on what it's going to become. How have you? I mean, is this the same thing with Criminal Minds? You signed on to do an interesting TV project, and then 10 plus years later, you're looking back going, I did not realize this is what this was going to turn into.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you go in with the best intentions, and you hope for the best, and everybody's doing as hard work as hard as they can to make things successful. But there's no guarantees. You just put it out there and hope for the best. There's no, I don't even know what the logic is. If there was a formula, then everybody would be doing it and everything would be successful. But it's not, and so you just do what you can and hope it resonates with the public. This show certainly has all over the world, and again, I feel very lucky to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how do you, as an actor, I'm a little, TV seasons have gotten so weird for me now with the, winter breaks and the fall finales and the spring. As an actor, is it weird to try to keep up with, like, when the show's going to be on and when it's on a break and what season it is?
Yeah, well, like I said, being on network television, we probably have more logic than most in the sense that we do like 22 episodes, which is more than a lot of these shows, like these cable shows do and stuff like that. So we are on a more of a long-term kind of a schedule than shows that are more like that are non-network shows. But things happen. Like this season, it was the Olympics. I think is what kind of took us off the air for a little while, and as it did on almost all the networks. The kind of like the Olympics only come around every 4 years, so that we let the fan base kind of be able to enjoy that. But beyond that, no, it's like riding a bicycle. You once you know how to ride it, you can jump back on it most any time and take off, and that's what we do.
There you go. I love it. We got some questions here from fans. My producer wants to know if he should be worried that his wife claims that she loves watching Criminal Minds, and after every episode, she feels like she could kill him and get away with it now because of what she's learned.
Yeah, I would frown against that advice. Also, having been down to Quantico as many times as I have, I firmly believe that if given enough time, they could solve anything down there. I mean, it's an incredible organization, and the only reason they don't solve everything is there's just too many things to solve.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite an org.
Another super fan, sorry to interrupt you there, Joe, was Mariah wants to know, if speaking of your research in Quantico and stuff, have you ever met a serial killer, and do you have nightmares about some of the stuff on the show?
Yeah, now, well, if I've met a serial killer, I'm not aware of it. But though I will say, when I was actually in junior college, we took a field trip, a psychology class in Chicago, to the Cook County Jail, and I actually met met in the sense that he was in his cell was Richard Speck, who was a serial killer. Back then, people might remember he killed all these student nurses. And I remember seeing him, in there. And then years later, as an actor, we shot a film at Stateville Penitentiary. And this was, I'm talking like 20 years later. And he was there still. And I saw him again. And now he was a prisoner there. So it was like, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, so those are my only run-ins with, with a serial killer. But I forget what your second part of that question was.
Yeah, I can't even.
Nightmares.
Nightmares. Yeah. Anything?
Oh, nightmares. No, I don't get nightmares, and the reason I don't is because I'm just an actor. You know what I mean? We do the pretend version, but we show it as it is. Out of respect for the people who really do the job, no, they may have nightmares, and God bless them. And that's why we don't sugarcoat our show. People say, "Oh, how do you do a show like that? It's so graphic. How do you don't you have nightmares?" And I say, "No, I don't have nightmares," because when they say cut, the guy who's got that axe in his head takes the rubber axe out and goes and has a sandwich. You know what I mean? But what about the real men and women who do that job? So out of respect for them, I'm glad that we're able to, we have to portray it as it is, because that's to let our public know, thank God we have these men and women who do this job.
Absolutely. I mean, at Criminal Minds, you guys, if you want to see these stories tonight, back CBS 9 o'clock. Before we have to let you go, Joe, I want to let you pump some of your other stuff here. This is Montana, obviously. Every one of us carries 7 guns on our person at all times.
We'll be starting our 8th season of Gun Stories. We've actually, I've flown into Butte a few times, and have been through your beautiful state there. And we look forward to our 7th season of Gun Stories, and once again we'll be tracing all kinds of historical firearms, and it's a show I certainly enjoy doing.
There you go. Well, we enjoy you on Criminal Minds. I've enjoyed kind of watching you and following you through the whole career. And just to check into on your other longest role, Fat Tony, still in the future, more Fat Tony appearances?
Yeah, I've been doing that for 27 years. I don't quite see an end to that yet either. So I still enjoy doing that and look forward to the next episode of that, whenever that may be.
Excellent. Well, Joe, thanks so much for the time. Wish your family well for us, and I can't wait to see tonight's episode of Criminal Minds and the rest of the season. Joe Mantegna, check him out as David Rossi tonight on CBS on Criminal Minds. Joe, thank you so much for the time, sir, and pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.